Yo, what is up, Crockxen clan members, book fans, and others who will stop on this video? I'm SoresanCrockxen, and today we're reviewing episode 23 of X and Y English dub. This episode was kind of weird. It was one of those episodes where you kind of know the ending from the get-go, especially if you've seen stuff about future episodes. And it's like it's the same thing they've done before, and it just gets kind of tiring at certain points because they never go through with it. So basically, this episode involves Jessie. Like I said last week, it's technically Team Rocket centered, but it's really just Jessie centered episode. Where when they try to capture Pikachu, they get blown away, but they get separated. So you have Jane with Meowth alongside Pokeboo, and then Jessie with Wobbuffet in some other area. They get separated, and then Jessie gets lost, and she actually gets hurt. And she winds up in the river, technically. And she makes it all the way to like this. Well, she gets saved by this guy. And they do the typical, Jessie falls in love with him, yeah, that's kind of what they went with. Like she's enchanted by this guy, and he's a doctor, he's kind of like a doctor, but Pokemon medicine stuff like that. I guess he can treat both people and Pokemon, so I don't know if there's like a specific name for that in the Pokemon world, because I know we have the Nurse Joys and Pokemon doctors, and then you have regular people doctors, so I don't know what the mix of both would be, but the point is he rescues her, and then Wobbuffet gets enamored with this female Wobbuffet who has a bunch of wine out with her. So the Wobbuffet, they belong to him. So, because she's all wet and drenched and stuff, he invites her to his, I guess, clinic to get a change of clothes and stuff like that. And so she's got a new outfit on, and she's all thankful, and she's already kind of like blushing and liking this guy. And then Ash and the gang are having a picnic. Well, they're having. Actually, I have no idea, because the thing that they showed was desserts, which is what I was saying last week. Like, who the heck is gonna cook here? Like, Serena can only make sweets. Bonnie's too little, and Ash has never cooked a day in his life. Because she's over here talking about how she has macarons, but then I'm like, where the heck is the food? Like, if this was me, I was like, I want some food before I get some freaking macarons. Okay, I need some food in my mouth. But anyway, so then it actually like runs away a little bit, because it smells like not the poffins. What are they called? The little treats, and it's in a cage, and then it gets trapped, and then shocks the cave, but then gets hurt back because I guess it bounces back. And Bonnie's over here worried, and then they hear it, and they go over there and they save it, and it's hurt. And apparently there's a Pokemon hunter, and I'm like, wait, so are they doing like a Hunter J thing? Because that would be cool. I love, like, Hunter J was cool. The unfortunate thing is that she's not really a real character. But then again, we're talking about the anime, so anime also always has characters that aren't necessarily real. And she was cool. She was probably the only good villain we've ever had. So I was like, oh, we're getting another Hunter J type of person or character. No, we didn't really see him until later in the episode, so I guess that's kind of what made this even like a lot stranger. So they're like, okay, what do we do? Where do we go? Like, who the heck is around? Like, is there a Pokemon Center? Serena's looking at her PDA over here. I like to call it that. It literally looks like a PDA. She's like, no, there's a clinic, and so like, oh, we gotta go. Then we see like some things with Clement and stuff, like he's over there training and shit, He's gotta get ready for that gym battle. And then he gets the idea of reprogramming Clembot to kind of match Ash's battle style, so that he can, I guess, practice against Ash. That's what I think the purpose is, so like he kind of understands how Ash battles, which is good in the long run. Except that Ash doesn't use the Pokemon that Clembot has. I don't know how it's gonna work. I think it's just the Master's battle style, not exactly the Pokemon, because that's kind of impossible. So he's gonna do that. Now Jessie's over there with the doctor, helping out some Pokemon, some Redoos, some Skidoos, some stuff like that, taking care of the Pokemons. And then she's getting all giddy over here. Yeah, when Team Rocket, James and Meow are like trying to find them. They need to find Jessie. She's talking to him, and they're talking about how she's so happy, and then Wobbuffet is so happy, and like she starts thinking about like maybe staying with him. Like so, she's thinking of quitting Team Rocket just to be with this guy, especially since she sees Wobbuffet so happy with the other Wobbuffet, and she's actually pretty enamored herself. So she's like, I mean, this wouldn't be a bad idea, that kind of stuff. And so like she just starts thinking about quitting Team Rocket. And then Ash and the gang show up, and she freaks out, right? Because she's Team Rocket, they know that, but she doesn't want them to know, like so. She helps the doctor out to fix the Dene, take out the excess electricity and give it some berries and stuff like that. And like, because this dude has a huge ass garden, right? Because he has to take care of Pokemon and stuff like that. Needs berries, all kinds of berries. So they go outside and like go, oh my gosh, there's so many berries, and they like feed Dene and all that stuff, and they figure out it's Jessie, especially since Wobbuffet comes walking from the back door. They're like, oh, I know that Wobbuffet from somewhere, and she's over here begging them like to not say anything because she doesn't want the doctor, to know she's from Team Rocket, and then she's like telling him she wants to quit Team Rocket so she can stay with him. And I'm like, oh, well, that's not bad. I mean, unfortunately, if they hadn't done this type of thing in the past, and I mean, plus the fact that I know what happens later on doesn't help. So, like, she's like basically begging them to not say anything. And James and Meowth hear this. They're like, they're basically in the bushes in the back. Like, they heard this, and they're like, crap. And then James is like, we gotta leave her. And because they can't leave Team Rocket, they can't be Team Rocket by taking away her happiness, right? She's happy, and Meowth said it himself. I've been in love before, and if they want to love, they want to ride the love boat, we can't get in the way of that. And then I'm like, so, I mean, like I said, if I didn't know anything about the future episodes, I would have been like, is this it? Is this it? And I would have been kind of happy, but unfortunately, because I do know what happens in the future, I wasn't like as emotional as I would have been, but it was a touching moment. Not only that, James and Meowth got attacked by the hunter, and we finally see him as a big old gruffy man with a freaking Rhyperior. I'm like, bruh, this man has a fucking Rhyperior. What kind of? I mean, Rhyperior is pretty threatening looking, but I mean, Hunter J had a fucking Salaman. Like that shit was scary as hell. But regardless, he basically just blows them all away. Like, he literally steals Punkaboo, Inkay, and Meowth and blows James away. So James over here hurt. And so he like pretends like after the gang agrees with Jessie and we're gonna stay quiet. Like somebody calls out for some help in the front, and so Jessie goes to check it out. And then James comes through the bushes. He's the one that made the noise, but made it sound like, I guess. I don't know how people do that, because I know people do that in real life. Like, they're like in one section, in one area, and they call you out and you think it's from somewhere else. I wouldn't know how to do that. That's cool. Like, I guess they carry their voice and stuff. I don't freaking know. My point is, James comes out, and he's all beat up and shit. I'm like, damn, because we didn't see it. We got roughed up, and he's like, I need your help. But he doesn't want Jessie to know because she's not part of Team Rocket anymore. He knows that she doesn't want to be with him or she wants to be happy. And so they're like, wait, you know? I'm like, yes, I know. We gotta go. Please help me. I gotta save Meowth, Inkay, and Punkaboo and all this stuff. But I don't want Jessie to know. And they're like, oh, well, okay, let's go. Because the Pokemon Hunter. And so they leave. And Jessie hears this. Like, she's inside, but she hears this. she's like, what am I gonna do? I gotta save them. And so like Ash and the gang like leave, right? And they end up finding the hunter. First of all, what the fuck were they thinking? Like both Ash and Serena have better Pokemon to deal with a Rhyperior than Pikachu and Fennekin. Alright? Ash has a Frogadier and Serena has a fucking Pancham. Why the fuck is she against using Pancham? I'm sick and tired of this bitch not using motherfucking Pancham. Anyway, so we have Pikachu using Quick Attack and Fennekin using Flamethrower, and then like Rhyperior just blows them away. Not literally, but you know what I mean. Like basically brushes off the Quick Attack and then blows away freaking Fennekin with a Rock Record. And I'm like, how the hell is Fennekin even walking anymore? That shit got the Rock was literally bigger than him. Her. It's a girl. Serena's Fennekin is a girl. I need to remember this. Anyways, like Frogadier. I mean, Hawlucha, Frogadier. I mean, I don't know if Sliggoo might. Nah, I don't think Sliggoo would have been. But Frogadier and fucking Pancham would have blown this thing away. Water Pulse, freaking. What the fuck is a Pancham? I don't even know what Pancham has anymore because Serena doesn't even use the thing. I know he has Stone Edge and Dark Pulse, but I know he has a fighting type move. What is it? I can't even remember because he doesn't use it. Not only that, she went for fucking Flamethrower because that's the only motherfucking move that Fennekin knows. I'm sorry that I get so upset when I'm talking about Serena and Fennekin. I just feel like they're so freaking underdeveloped. It's not even funny. But anyways, so James is over here like breaking them out of the cages and shit. But then the hunter turns around and he's like, hey, whoa, we got it. So everything's about to go down. We have James with the Pokemon and the gang over here like, shit, what the fuck are we gonna do? And then back at the clinic, Jessie's over here gonna get, she wants to get help from the doctor because the hunters, those were her friends. And then the doctor gets worried because early in the episode we saw this little girl. Well, I thought she was a little girl. Apparently she's not a fucking little girl. And he gets concerned. Like, so he freaks out. He's gonna run. He runs out of the clinic. He's like, crap. And then the chick from before shows up, and he was concerned about her well-being. Even though earlier in the episode they kind of fought because she was over here talking about how she was gonna beat up the hunter. And so he was worried, and apparently Jessie figures it out. This is apparently not a little girl. Apparently she's a lot older than she looks, and the doctor is in love with her, and then she's like, I gotta go, I gotta leave. She basically just dips. But she leaves Wobbuffet behind because Wobbuffet is happy with the other Wobbuffet, and it's very unfair of her to take the Wobbuffet away from the other Wobbuffet, and I don't even know why I keep saying Wobbuffet all over the damn place. She wants to leave him here, so she dips. She just straight up dips. And then she shows up as Ash and the gang and James are about to get attacked. She does the model all by herself. And then James and Meowth are like, no, Jessie, no, you can't come back. You were so happy. She doesn't even tell him what happened, right? She just straight up no. And so like, James goes back with her and we're like, where's Wobbuffet? And I'm like, I know, I had to leave him behind. And so they're like over here getting ready to fight. And then like Rhyperior does Rock Record. All of a sudden freaking Wobbuffet shows up out of nowhere and does fucking counter. And like Rhyperior gets blown back. So oh shit, what the fuck? And like I'm like, whoa, what is going on anymore? Like I said, I knew what was gonna happen, so it was not as much of a shock value. I mean, I was waiting for him to show up again, but I thought it came at the end of the episode. But no, he literally just blows them away. And then they're like Jessie's like, Wobbuffet, no, why are you here? And then Wobbuffet Wobbuffet can't talk, but Meowth translates like he left them behind for Team Rocket. So I guess that's the whole. I mean, I guess that's the nice part. They were able to stay together. I just do not care about Team Rocket at this point, so it's not as emotional as it should be. I honestly, if it was like we need to stick together, but then they don't affiliate themselves with Team Rocket anymore, That would be like the best. But anyway, since Wildfire wants to fight, let's go. So he has like fucking horn attack and shit. He's gonna freaking no get countered, bitch, and then gets blown away. And they're like, all right, let's go. And then freaking like NK, Psybeam, Punkaboo, Dark Pulse. Pikachu uses fucking Thunderbolt. I'm like, what the fuck is a fucking ground type? What are you doing? And then Fennekin uses Flamethrower. The attacks mix into a variety of colors and shit. And then Rhyperior gets blown back against the Hunter. And then they land on their Jeep. The Jeep like freaking breaks down and shit. And then Team Rocket like dips. But they leave Ash and the gang with some flowers to give to the nice doctor. She shows up, right? So the doctor with the not little girl, the Hunter's now tied up and shit. And Serena gives him the flowers from just Jessie, because that's the pseudonym she used while she was with the doctor. And they're like, oh my gosh, they're so nice. I like these flowers. And I'm like, I don't know. And then Team Rocket is together again. And then they show Clement working on Clembot, adding the code for Ash's battle style. And then I guess obviously it's because this could have been taken two ways. Clement messed up somewhere and caused the robot to explode, or Ash's battle style is so hectic as hell that the robot just cannot comprehend these moves and these ideas and these ways of battling. Take it as you will. But anyways, guys, that's basically it for this episode of review. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, join the Crockxen clan if you like. Follow me on social medias. The links are in the description. Also have a Patreon. So if you want to support me with some of your extra funds, well, links right there. You don't have to do it. It's just there if you want to. But anyways, guys, that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm SoresanCrockxen, and I'll see you guys in future videos.